Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're gonna talk about Snow White again. We're gonna talk about Snow White because the failure is so much worse than everybody thought it was gonna be. In fact, the movie is gonna end its run pretty soon. It hasn't even broken $100 million at the US box office.
I'm not surprised.
It's not good, guys. This is really, I mean, it's so weird because everybody was like, it's just the chud. Snow White's going to be fine. It's going to be a huge hit. And it's just you guys like being doom and gloom. And it's like, no, this is actually one of the biggest failures ever for Disney ever at the box office.
And that would include the normies. This didn't go. It wouldn't be the people that listen to YouTubers.
And we're going to talk about how they said that the box office run's almost over. It came in way under even the worst case scenario for it. And then we're going to put it up against some other movies, including Sinners, which is going to do in its second weekend. Sinners is going to do $42 million, which is about what Snow White did opening weekend.
Is it second weekend or third weekend?
It's the second weekend.
Oh, yeah, second weekend, yeah.
Yeah, because the word of mouth's been really good on this one. And this is one where it didn't really get a whole lot of promotion. It's from Ryan Coogler, the guy who did Black Panther. People say it's really, really good. I'm going to have to check it out. But also we have Revenge of the Sith coming back to theaters this weekend. It's supposed to do pretty good. Minecraft is still making $20 million. I mean, it's just like, it's crazy. But yeah, Snow White's already been pulled from a bunch of theaters. And I love this picture, by the way. This is awesome.
I know, that was great.
We'll talk about just how much of a failure this movie is, and if Disney can make it up with Thunderbolts, which I don't think they're going to. It doesn't look like they're going to. So
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Maybe that's one that maybe it'll be like Sinners. Maybe it'll be like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. Go see it. We'll see what happens. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
There's definitely some boohoos at Disney. Yeah, I actually lost track of this movie. I knew it was being pulled from theaters. A lot of theaters were pulling it because they had empty showings. So what's the point, right? And there's so many other movies out now that are actually worth money, worth going to see. It's only 85 million.
Wow.
Domestic.
I mean, even if it's delayed, if it hits 90, it'll be lucky domestically. And globally, I don't think it's going to hit the 200 either.
Oh, hell no. It's not even going to break 200.
Yeah, bad.
So this is coming from Outkick. They said Snow White box office run is almost over, cementing an all-time flop for Disney. They said, just over a month ago, March 19th, and by now, late April, its box office run has all but officially come to an end, cementing its status as one of the biggest box office flops in Hollywood history.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, there's failure, and then there's failure.
Yeah, it didn't do well. And we know the budget on this was probably around $270 million at least. And that was reported before a bunch of other things. So it probably went higher than that. People were saying it's probably going to lose 100 and some million. I think it's going to lose a lot more than that, in my opinion, but we'll see. Yeah,
it's going to take Disney probably 3 or 4 movies that are net positive to dig themselves out of this hole. And it's one of those things, they could have just canceled it. They could have just canceled it. They should have just canceled it. It was a bad idea, but they went through with it. So yeah, soon after the film released, tracking sites and entertainment industry media published estimates of how much money they thought it could lose, assuming the box office tracking was accurate. It turned out it was worse. It was already an astronomical write-off for Disney, even with the initial estimates, but with the film's theatrical run drawing to a close, it's now possible to get a more complete picture of just how bad things are, and it's so much worse. They said after dismal $42 million opening weekend, again, Sinners, $42 million in its second weekend. Snow White dropped 66%. They said that they expect the film to reach at least $225 million at the international box office based on hopes for domestic grosses to recover as the film stayed in theaters. Actually got pulled from a lot of theaters early. That did not happen. This after its poor second weekend, Snow White ticket sales dropped another 58%, then another 51.3% in its fourth weekend. Here we are now down to 1.2 million from 1,600 theaters. Yeah, they keep dropping theaters every week.
Yeah, they said I think this is the article they were talking about, that it did so terrible in theaters that every theater would only have sold like a couple tickets. That's all how bad it did. Like each theater made like $50 or something.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying when it's all said and done, this is going to go down as being one of the biggest flops in Hollywood history. It's not just like it's a culture war thing. It's like it is a massive blow to Disney and to theater owners. Yeah, they got forced to run this crap. On Thursday, days afterwards, the film reached the effective end of its box office, just grossing $88,000 from $1,600 theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Embarrassing daily and weekend numbers aside, it's the cumulative total that's the worst news for Disney. Deadline in early April said Disney expected to lose $115 million.
Oh, much more, I think.
They say it came in $30 million less. They said through Thursday, Snow White has made just $194.7 million the box office globally. That's $150 million loss turned into $145 million. I think it's gonna be hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, because they're saying when you figure like by the estimates, it's gonna be, they're saying about $410 million in costs.
Yeah.
So if it didn't even make $200 million, then it's gonna be at least $200 million in losses.
Yeah, and I mean everybody's like, it's okay. They had other hits. I'm like, do you not realize like there's you have to split that money with the theaters. You've got your marketing costs. You've got all the stuff associated with it. So just because the movie had a shooting budget of $150 million doesn't mean they only spent $150 million or whatever on it. And they're saying it's going to be one of the worst box offices of all time. I mean, I gotta be honest. I mean, I knew the movie was dead on arrival. I did not expect it to not even break $100 million. The Marvels did better.
I know that's what gets me. That's saying something. And the Marvels got pulled early.
Yeah, the Marvels got pulled early, and everybody forgets that movie existed already.
And they're going to argue that it was Marvels. Oh, it's very you had to watch the Disney Plus shows, and the Marvels is like just a couple characters, but it's not like a major part of the MCU, et cetera, et cetera. Snow White. It's Snow White, like Disney's legacy film, and no one went.
And that's what they talked about. They said this is Bob Iger cementing his legacy by desecrating Walt Disney's and then churning out one of the biggest box office bombs ever in studio history. I'm pretty sure John Carter of Mars actually made more money than this thing
I don't
did.
know, but that'd be funny if it did.
Yeah, John Carter of Mars, which was, and then again, this is in 2012 money. Right. Considered one of Disney's biggest failures of all time. It still made $284 million.
Yeah, worldwide.
But
even with inflation, it would have been more than Snow White did.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad. So meanwhile, this weekend, this is the thing. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. There are movies coming out there making money. Obviously, Minecraft was a massive, massive hit. It still is a massive hit. Another $20 million in like its third or fourth weekend. And Sinners is going to do $42 million in its second weekend. The Accountant 2, which I didn't even know there was an Accountant 1. What's The Accountant? I've never watched it.
I don't know. I never watched it. I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
And I was excited about this, and I realized it's only going to be out for a week. Revenge of the Sith. $21 million.
Wasn't that like your favorite or one of your favorites?
It is. Yeah. So, man, and I got so much crap.
I knew about it. I thought you didn't know, or you just didn't
know. I didn't really. I was kind of only sort of paying attention. I kept thinking they were going to bring it out on like May the 4th or something. I thought they were going to wait for that. But Hayden Christensen's been out there promoting it. They had him doing the intro for the theaters and stuff. I mean, he's like really excited about this. I think he probably feels vindicated by the Disney movies, by the sequels, because people have renewed their love for the prequels because of the sequels being so god awful. But no, I'll go on record, and I've been saying this since the beginning. My 3 favorite Star Wars movies in order. I know it's heresy. It's Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, and Revenge of the Sith. I actually like Revenge of the Sith more than Return of the Jedi.
Yes, he does.
And I know you strongly disagree with that assessment, but
well, it's okay.
It's okay. I love Revenge of the Sith.
You're allowed to like it. You're allowed to be wrong. Okay.
You're allowed to be wrong. No, I think that Revenge of the Sith was obviously the story George Lucas wanted to tell. He just had to go through 2 other movies to get there. Like, okay, we got to explain this whole thing, but here's basically how he becomes Darth Vader. I'm like, well, yeah, Phantom Menace, we could have kind of done with that, but whatever. But yeah, I don't think it's going to get much better for Disney. I don't know. Thunderbolts, people say it's actually good, but I think
here's the thing. They started having people that got early screenings. And I did notice though, a lot of people were saying it was good, but I noticed the talking points were almost identical. So that kind of like made me go, huh, when I saw that
Yeah.
a little bit. Because I'm like, it could either be that it's true or it could be also they were told to say these talking points. I'm gonna go see this one with Squid King, for sure when it opens, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Because I'm intending to go with him when
I
it
don't
opens.
care.
I know
just
you
the
don't
point where
care.
I'm like, I don't
And
care about anything.
I know Pinky Boo won't care, but I'll take Squid King. And even though he hasn't watched the shows leading into it, I've watched all of them, but you need to watch for this one. He hasn't.
It's kind of weird because I'm looking at this, and like I said, instead of the Thunderbolts, I think they should call it the Leftovers, because these are all like the backup actors for all the Disney Plus shows. It's like, oh yeah, that guy and
What's this
that
another
guy
case
and
where if you didn't watch the Disney Plus shows, you're not going to know what's going on, and that I think might bite.
it might. That's the thing. It might actually be a good movie, but if there's too much homework that needs to be done, kind of like Captain America, people aren't going to go see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. But I'm going to go see it with Squid King, but they're only predicting it to be like 60 to 65 to 70 some million opening.
Yeah, they're like comparing it to Deadpool and Wolverine. There's no way in hell a movie about a bunch of leftovers.
It's gonna be Deadpool and Wolverine.
There's no way in hell. Nobody. These are like the D-list Marvel characters. Like nobody cares.
However, if word of mouth is good, it'll do better. It'll be like, the Ryan Coogler movie where I think word of mouth has driven it up. I just don't know how much give a crap people still have.
That's
part of it.
And that's the thing. Like the Disney brand. And that's really where all this is going. The Disney brand is so damaged at this point that they have to prove it to people first. You have to prove to me this movie isn't woke and it doesn't suck before I will. And I'm going to let other people be the canary in the coal mine. When I hear other people say it's not woke and it doesn't suck, maybe I'll go see it. Maybe I'll go see it if I still remember it exists, right?
I think their biggest, if this one's good, it'll pick up. But I think their best shot at big box office is going to be Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe Fantastic Four, if they don't F it up too badly, we'll see. But I think this will do okay. I don't know if I'm interested to see how it does compared to Fantastic Four, but I still think Disney's biggest chance at a big box office is Lilo and Stitch.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up?
Yes.
All right, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.